Hello everyone and welcome to Tanchaz Talk, the world's only English language program focusing primarily on Hungarian folk music. My name is Kalman Magyar Öcsi, coming to you as usual from Toronto, Canada. This is a music and stories episode for you. I love doing these, it's just so fun, and it's going to be even more fun today because today I have my first ever co-host, my tour guide and one of my best friends and my musical mate, Garda Levente. Levi Garda is here with me from calling in from Montreal. He is the kontra player from the Gyanta band that I play in with him. And this episode I've titled Best of the Pandemic. This is material that has come out since the pandemic started, since last March, March 2020 that is, and new projects, new websites, new recordings, new YouTube clips, new Facebook clips, new concerts and the like, and no one in my world is better to help out, kind of give an overview and help me out on this than Levi, who is here with me. Say hello, Levi.
Hey, Öcsi. Hi, everyone. First of all, I would like to congratulate you about your show. I'm listening to each and every one of your shows, and it's really, really nice and enjoyable.
Nice. Well, that's kind of the idea. I'm glad. I'm thinking. I haven't seen you, my friend. I mean, we haven't played in. Well, I guess the last gig was the Kodai Bal, right?
Yes, you're right. That was last February.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly the date, but it was like mid-February or something.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. It might have been early March, late February, early March of 2020. And then that's when everything hit the fan, so to speak. As I said at the beginning, Levi, you're always a very good window for me into new material, new music that's coming out, old music that exists. You have a fantastic taste in music, of course. Just to start with, of course, that you accompany me all the time. That makes you have very good taste, I guess.
Thanks.
If you listen to all the episodes, then you remember one of the first ones, Levi, where I talked about our new sponsors. We had some good sponsors, Amazoli and and all that. Today we have a new sponsor. It's Garda World Security Services.
Those are my best friends. I wish.
Yeah, protecting kontra players since 1984. Garda World Security Services. There you have it. So, of course, as I mentioned, there's a very intimate relationship between usually violin and kontra players, I think. There's like the real lead musicians in the Hungarian folk band, and of course, then we have the bass players who are the dancers who decide to pick up an instrument usually, right?
Yeah, those are the ones, yeah.
I will get him on the show at some point soon, but of course our wonderful bass player in Gyanta, Attila Krasznai, who we haven't seen in a year as well. He's up in St. Catharines, Ontario, tucked away safely, and I look forward to having, my just looking forward to the future, Levi. I see a lot of when we go on the road, when we go on tour again, whenever that might be, we're going to have some of these Tanchaz Talk remote episodes. Maybe we'll record some of our gigs and play some clips on the show. It'll be really fun.
Yeah.
What's one of your you listen to most or maybe all of the interviews at this point. What's one of your more favorite ones that I've done on Tanchaz Talk? Maybe one where you learned a lot or found out something interesting about somebody.
It's very interesting to hear stuff that sometimes we have our good friends in Hungary like Arendas Péter and Salamon Soma, and you talk to them when we have a chance in the camps and here and there in Hungary if we meet them. But sometimes you find out things about them that wow, this is new. This is something that I know you from, whatever, like 15, 20 years, and I never heard this about you.
Yeah.
So, Arandas, I liked really good Arandas Péter's interview and Salaman Shomaz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those were the two ones that I really, really enjoyed.
Nice. Excellent. I enjoyed those too. And of course, I have Shoma on now. I'm going to have him on every couple of months to go really deep and nerdy into all the material of the Táncház. So I'm excited. And speaking of friends, let's play some music. Speaking of good friends that we know, and I asked you to compile, and we shared some clips with each other, and you sent this one to me. This is a fantastic Tokos zenekar playing Nagysajói, featuring the kontra player Zsombi, Bálint Zsombi. Maybe you can tell me or tell us a couple of things about Tokos, those guys.
Tokos, I met these guys back in 2015. That was my first and only time, unfortunately. I wish I could go back to the Erdélyi Népzenész Találkozó,
right,
which is held in Gyimes every year. I think last year they had a little gathering, but because of the pandemic, I think it wasn't that official. Mm-hmm. But so I met them in 2015. Very talented musicians. They always come up with some new ideas and fantastic ideas, like these, like this Sajói. When we're gonna hear it, you're gonna hear a totally different setup to this sound. Song.
Let's dig into it. This starts with Zsombi actually playing a solo, and I think ends with him as well playing a solo. And this is a clip from something they put up during the pandemic. And here is Nagysajó with Tokos. Oh, that's good. That's good. Here comes the band. Hop, hop. This could be found on Tokos's Facebook page, so make sure you check him out. Tokos, Tokos. This is actually a video, so you could watch it too. It's very cool to see the interplay between the two contras, the traditional Nagysajó 4-string and the 3-string as well. Of course, Bálint Zsombi, the very, very talented musician, plays every instrument in the band, including the cimbalom. And he's a lefty, right? Like Arandas Péter.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
Yeah, and he came to our Pontozó once or twice.
Twice.
Nice.
Twice. He came with Kordoba Florin and Kiscsipás.
Yeah, Kordoba Florin and Kiscsipás. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. they do a really nice job of kind of going from one key to the other and making a really nice, tasteful, beautiful arrangement here. The musicians are leaving one by one here. And that's a nice fade out. Isn't that beautiful, Levi? Thank you for sending that.
It's very nice. I like the fact that Zombie's left behind again.
Always. He's always left behind. There's a ongoing joke where we can't find him sometimes. And where's Zombie? And he's
where is Zombie?
Yeah, well,
now we find him. He's alone.
Poor Zombie. He's always left alone. Now he plays with various bands. Is he now? Do you think he's a full-time member now of Tokos? Because I think he was helping them out once in a while, but I don't know.
I think he's a full. Yeah, I think he's full. No, he's been always a full-time member of Tokos, I guess. And he was in other bands too. But since he's based in Kolozsvár, he lives in Kolozsvár, so that's why. I guess that's what. They finished school. All of the band members they finished school in Kolozsvár, so that's how the band was formed.
Yeah, and of course, Zombie is not even like he's a professional musician that level, but he's also like an engineer, a software guy or something.
Yes, he's a full-time. He has a full-time. I would say full-time job.
Yeah. Well, it's good during a pandemic for sure. Levi, why don't you? Why don't you give us a short bio on yourself? You have the privilege and distinction of being the first kind of co-host on the show here. So why don't you talk a bit about where you're from and where you hail from and what you do?
I'm from Marosvásárhely, Romania, Transylvania, I would say. And I came to Canada in '96. Music was always around me because my father, he was a wedding musician. And I came to Canada in '96, and then, like anybody else, I thought there's no Hungarian here. I'm the only one. So I found out like a year after that there's a Hungarian dance group, there's a Hungarian church, and then Hungarian, the Scouts and everything. So as, when I found out, what was my choice, to get around the Hungarian youth. Okay, so let's, everybody was like, hey, come to the dance group, come and dance. Okay. So I joined the dance group, and from there on, there was a guy, his name is Shogi, Gal András, who was playing kontra, And one day he says, you know what? I really want to learn violin. So I'm like, okay, go ahead, man. Congratulations, dude. Good idea, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, no. But if I learn how to play violin, you have to learn how to play kontra. And I said, what? I never held this instrument in my hands, never. So I want, no. He's like, you'll be fine. So that's where I started to play music. And then a few months later, Arendas came with Konz Gergely.
Mm-hmm.
They came for a Montreal workshop, and that was my first lesson.
What year was that?
Kontra.
Do you remember?
That was in 2001.
Okay.
Exactly, yeah.
Mm-hmm. 20 years ago now. Wow.
Yes. But yeah, so that was when I started. I had all kind of problems playing. This is always a joke I make with Arendas Peti, because it's like, okay, so do it like this, do it like that. I try this, try that, and I was like, I had all sorts of excuses, you know. My kontra is not good, the strings are too old. Then I said, oh no, it's my bow, it's not good. Then Arendas, he gives me his bow, and he's like, okay, try with this. And obviously I couldn't do it.
Yeah, same shit.
He's like, okay, so I don't think it's your bow. I think you have to practice. So then I'm like, okay, I need to practice. So then, you know, as hard-headed I am,
mm-hmm.
you know, I practiced pretty much every day.
Right.
So yeah, it's fun. And then, you know, we formed our first band with Shogi, and actually my first bass player was my father.
Aha.
Yeah, so we tried to get him into the band, but he didn't feel it. So he's like, okay, you know, I let you do it. So
mm-hmm.
he played a couple of times with us, and then we formed Gyanta.
Right.
I mean, we.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But it was Jesse and Sylvie's idea.
Right.
Actually.
That was 2006. That was 15 years ago now. Yeah.
Yes, we formed Gyanta in 2006 with Margit, Bajnoci Margit, and our famous bass player Attila.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Kocsis Bandi is played as well. Yeah.
Bandi, obviously Kocsis Bandi.
Yeah.
I don't want to forget Bandi.
No.
Bandi, and yeah, so then the 2009, I think that's when you came into.
Yeah, I joined. I moved up to Toronto in 2007, and I joined you guys. You know, I was jamming with you guys here and there, but then I joined full time in 2008, 2009. So yeah, and the rest. And then, you know, we've played so much together, Levi. It's been so. Like, it's just a weird thing not to see you and to see the rest of the group for, you know, such a long time. And you're married to Jessica Paulus, who's actually been on this show during one of the episodes. I had her for an interview when we talked about the Western Canadian Festival. And you have two great kids. And what do you do in your job?
I'm in construction business, mm-hmm. So we have a small renovation construction company. I have a business partner.
Yeah.
We've been together 5 years now.
Mm-hmm. It's
going well. Construction is booming now in Montreal, so right. that's a good side of the pandemic. But
mm-hmm.
you know, then yes, to get back to my wonderful family, I met Jessica. I met in dance group. So.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's right.
Yeah, we have two kids, two boys, Andre and Aronka.
Mm-hmm.
They are 7 and 10-year-old, and we trying to keep up. Even you know, if it's unfortunately we cannot go out and we cannot do much of folklore stuff, but we try to do our best at home.
yeah, for sure. And then one other factoid, of course, about Levi, which I love, that he's very passionate about the game of soccer as a fan, but also player, and he's also a referee, certified referee. I know that's kind of a slow business right now because I don't think there are a lot of games going on.
Yeah,
but maybe,
unfortunately, none.
Maybe you'll get back. You'll get back to that. Well, thanks for that background, Levi. I think we should play some more music. A CD that actually I'm bringing to the table for this episode that I don't know if you've heard yet is Erdőfű. This came out a couple of weeks ago. This is Erdőfű Népi Kamarazenekar is the name. Erdőfű is a kind of a conglomerate. It's as Salamon Soma, who's one of the members, said, it's like the original Hungarian folk big band. So there's many members, and I really like this nice CD that they were able to record during the pandemic. And I'm gonna play 2 tracks. Kelet felől, which is a nice song featuring Csiga, Attila Halmos from Tükrös. And after that, a legényes. And this is a first reaction from you, Levi, so I'm very curious what you're going to say. And so we'll kind of get a nice live reaction from you when these 2 tracks are done. How's that for a test or a quiz, Levi? Good?
Oh, I'm really excited about it. Let's hear it.
Okay, here we go. That's Erdőfű Népi Kamarazenekar. Doesn't it make you want to get the CD, Levi?
Yes, indeed. I mean, it's really nice. That harmony, really nice, really nice. Like, yes, I like it too because it's all major chords. So I love major chords.
I was going to ask you. The pandemic's taking so long. Are you going to forget the difference between major and minor?
No,
yeah,
because that's all I play. So
yeah, you're a major key kontra. That's not true, but anyway, yeah, no, the you're right. The hanyali is beautiful. You know what? You might not have heard it, kind of you're calling in, but when you listen to it live very closely, it's got a very layered accompaniment. The kontra, the accordion, the cimbalom, in the bass and the back, and then a couple of violins. I think there's a clarinet in there too. And of course, the great singing. It's just very tasteful.
Yeah, it was really nice.
It's a nice CD. It's kind of there's some more contemporary stuff on it too, a little more contemporary approach, but it's still that acoustic music.
So this is something new. It came out. Came out.
It just came out last month. They had a kind of an online CD launch on it, online, of course, as these things go. But it's brand new, and actually Solomon brought it to my attention to listen to. So it's quite good, and I'm just playing it off Spotify. It's on Spotify if you have a subscription.
I'll have to look it up. Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely, I'm gonna have it.
Nice. It's next to Potri Pop on the list. I'm just kidding. So speaking of new things, there's at the beginning of the show, of all the episodes that I do, I always say Tanchaz Talk, the world's only English language program focusing primarily on Hungarian folk music. And to my great delight, a couple of months ago, a new website came out called iDance Hungary, and they not just talk about music, but they have videos and costumes and other great content. Our good friend Julie Johnson's actually a part of it as well. So I'm still going to say, because it's just kind of sticking in my head now, the world's only English language program, but I know there are now others, and I invite you all to check out iDance Hungary, like as an iPod, but iDance Hungary. Google that, and you'll come up with a nice new website, and really nice content, and podcasts, and it's all in English, which is very, very cool. Another new project, Levi, is Nők a népzenébe, women in folk music, and that's a Facebook group, and I invite you to check that out. Our very own Sylvie Paquette Fritsch from Gyanta started that, didn't she?
No way. Okay, I have to check that out too. There's a lot. You say I always bring up new stuff to you, but now, since the beginning, you're bringing out new stuff to me. So
no. Well, you brought the Tokos music.
Yeah.
Did you, and I don't know if you've been following some of the phono stuff, but I know you sent me a nice selection that I want to play next from the phono, who, of course, is celebrating its 25th year, and probably, in my view, is the most important physical structure in the Táncház movement in terms of a building and all that it means and all that it's done, but also as a movement, with all the recordings and all the digitization and bringing the musicians and the Ui Patria series, all the great work they did in the last 25 years. You've been to the phono many times, right, Levi?
Many times, and at one point I don't remember the year, but they were talking about closing it up, and they don't have no more money for it. And I was so disappointed. I'm like, this is the best place to go in Hungary. The phono, every Wednesday, we knew that every time we were in Budapest, phono, Wednesday night, you have to go there, you have to be there. It's always a fun place to go. And yeah, now that they came up with these shows and nice musicians. Like I was even thinking, like probably we've seen musicians playing together in this concept that probably we didn't even. Maybe if we were not in this pandemic, probably they would not play together.
That's right. That's right. They wouldn't get together. Yeah, I guess that's one of the good blessings of the pandemic, that it brought out these opportunities. But of course, in Hungary, they did open up, and then now they're kind of closed back down again for a couple of weeks. But they had a pretty open summer.
Yes.
And fall, and then they were hit harder than I think most people. But we've had it the worst probably in Canada, right, in terms of the shutdowns. One of these things that Levi's talking about in terms of these interesting projects is something we want to play next. And Levi sent this one to me. This is a part of the Phono 25 year anniversary. It's called Phono Selection. They did these really nice duets and trios in various very unique setups. Levi, what's this next one we're going to play that you found?
I found this very interesting Béla Szerényi Jr.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing the flute, he's playing the clarinet, and he's a very wonderful singer, very nice voice. He's playing with Kispuma, one of my favorite bracha player.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very nice setup, really nice. I really enjoyed it, and it just I wanted to bring it up to you, like to hear and see it, because it's something really. And at the end, if people they're gonna take a look at it, you're gonna see a very nice surprise of Béla Szerényi Béla. He's gonna do a nice surprise to us.
So this is on the Phono Budai Zeneház website, and they also have a YouTube channel, and this is like a half-hour little concert that these two guys did, kind of a live jam session, but this is going to be just a short clip of I think Cuculementi or Betsei or something like that area. Let's see, let's hear this. And Levi loves this, of course, because it features the kontra, right, Levi?
Yeah, exactly.
Fekete Márton, Kispuma with Junior, ifjabbik Szerényi Béla. That's the surprise.
Yeah.
Nice dancing here. Százcsavás?
I think it's Sasquatch and Tigat Montreal.
Yeah. Nice. Beautiful. That's a nice clip, Levi. Wow, that sounds really good together.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really, really good.
Really good.
Thanks for sending that. And you know, I really do encourage people to sign up for the for Phono. And a lot of this stuff, you're right, Levi. This would never have really come out and been pushed so much online, you know, if not for the pandemic. So, you know, and of course, this show that we're on right now would not have started but for the pandemic, because we'd be busy playing gigs. The difference, of course, is, you know, hopefully that this will continue into the very, very future, the show, but also, you know, being able to share this material online. Somebody that we know was actually, we were going to, for the first time ever, have him here in America or in Canada for last year in April 2020. Of course, it got canceled, as it's been canceled again for this year. It's the Pontozo, the folk dance competition in Toronto. We were going to have Ifjabi Gelensér János here, right? Jancsika was supposed to come to play the cimbalom. Are you pretty close with him, or you know him?
Janchika, Janchika, it's funny to say.
Janchika, it's fine, yeah.
He was listening, he was like, I'm not Janchika, what are you talking about?
Janchika.
Janchi, I met him, actually I met him in Sarbotarján. I met him through Duvö, because in that time he was still a student in school and Danish was his teacher. And then they formed this band in Kazár. They formed the Kabarzenekar.
Yeah. And
he was one of the members of Kabarzenekar back in the days. And yes, I went to Sabi, Rus Sabi's place, and he was like, okay, I have to go work, you know, I have to go teach the kids at school. So I was like, want to come with them? I'm like, for sure, yes, why not? So I went to the school with him, and that's when I met János.
Right.
And he's a very, very talented musician also.
Yeah.
He plays the cymbal, brácsa, bögö, hegedű. Also, he's very talented. And actually, they're coming out with a very new project. I don't think it's out yet, but they're coming out with a very new project, and it's they are playing Romanian music. So it's very different because none of them actually Romanians,
right.
But they love the Romanian kind of not cafe music. It's more like the lautar music.
Yeah.
And also Balogh Kalman, he's the cymbal player. He's been in this lautar music. It's been quite a while. So
this music is the band that we're talking about is the Dobroda, right? Dobroda.
It's the Dobroda band. Yes. Sorry, I forgot to mention. Yeah. It's the new band of János, Gelensér János.
Yeah.
And so that's what I think it's coming out soon. I'm not sure about the date, but I saw a clip. Yeah, and it's coming out soon. Yeah.
Well, that's worth keeping an eye on, and where János is going to be at some point at Pontozo with us, hopefully in 2022. I guess we'll make sure we come through on our promise to have him here. But he also has a very, very good YouTube channel, and where he puts up teaching clips for violinists and maybe some kontra stuff too. But check him out. Another very active organization during the pandemic online has been the Hagyományok Háza, and I brought a clip of one of the many concerts that they've posted. 1 hour and a half extravaganzas of some of our favorite groups, including the band that was supposed to be at Csipke last year, and that would be Zagyva. And they played a really nice hour-long concert, and I wanted to play their Szatmári, a portion of their Szatmári arrangement, which is always so good. So here we go. This is, and again, you can subscribe to Hagyományok Háza. That's the Hungarian Heritage House. If you have any questions about how to spell stuff, you could let me know in the comments on the YouTube, or throw me an email on our website. But This is from Hagyományok Háza Zagyva Band playing Szatmári. Hey Levi, you know what's missing for me in this? Clarinet. No?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It would be.
I think it's maybe a better way of transmitting COVID, so they want to make sure they don't. You don't want anybody breathing down your back if you're one of the violinists or the timbal player. But usually they have, Mate or somebody playing the clarinet in the back. But
yeah,
anyway.
You can't play clarinet with a mask. You know?
You can't. Oh yeah, all right, back to Zagyva here. Nazi here, Kadar Ignaz, singing beautifully here. Really nice arrangement. And in the major key, Levi. What do you think?
Love it.
Yeah, of course you do. Finish. No. Nice.
Édesanyám,
lots of energy there, right?
Yeah, really good energy. You know, Nazi's really setting himself up for a nice retirement. You know, after he can't dance anymore, he's going to be a musician, and he's playing a lot of accordion in that concert. But you know what gets me on these recordings, Levi? It's the sound recording is unbelievably good, huh?
Yeah, very, very, very nice, very, very high quality sound. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean they just they really do a nice job delivering. We're watching a live concert on YouTube, and it sounds like a studio recording. It's really, really nice.
Sounds like Toledo, you know.
Sounds like Toledo. Yeah, but you say that for real though, right?
For real. I think that's one of the best places they do. They make a very good high quality sound there.
Yeah, Levi's talking about the Birmingham Ethnic Festival, where we played for several years, and they have a really nice group of guys who's sound engineers who smoke a lot of pot, and then they also do a really nice job mixing. You know, I had this vision. You know, it's been so long since we've had these gigs, and honestly, I think we're probably another 5 or 6 months away still from playing anywhere. You know, like we're gonna see people that we're gonna look at them and like, oh man, what's that person's name again? Or I'm gonna ask you, and you're really, I'm okay with names. You're worse. And then Attila doesn't even speak, so he'll probably be like, "What's her name?" And he'd be like, "Erzsi or Kati." You know, just pick one. It's hey, Erzsi or Kati. You know.
What's her name? Igen.
Exactly. Oh man, I mean, the summer camps will be canceled again this year. Your beloved Erdély Zenész Találkozó, which I'm going to one day go with you together, and Attila will all go together and get Kocsis Bandi there, and the girls from Gyanta will have a nice Gyanta reunion there maybe next couple of years. And but Pontozó's canceled again, and year-end concerts. But we did get a nice invitation for November 2023. We'll be in Cleveland. Playing the Regős, the every 5 years concert, and we know it's going to be November. And don't be late to catch the traffic. It'll be at 8:00 start. So leave now.
2023, yeah.
Yeah,
nice.
Don't be late. Sorry, I'm busy that night.
I'm getting on my bicycle now.
Yeah. Hey, let's go back to Tokos. You sent me some really cool thing. Like a vocal hajnali. What is this clip?
It's a clip that they not pretending. They actually sing the notes. Actually, the violin player, he sings, but the band members, as they singing the chords.
Okay.
You have to hear it. It gives me the chills. Seriously, when I hear it, every time I listen to it, it's really, really nice. Now,
this is also on Tokos's Facebook page from a concert live recording, I think. This is almost like, remember when the Szász Csávás guys would do the vocal,
yes.
but this is actually like in tune and really high quality.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's really nice, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
We have to hear it.
Here we go. Let's listen to Tokos doing hajnali, Kalataszegi hajnali, but in a very, very different way.
Kiskoromban árvaságra jutottam, életemben de sokat szomorkodtam, megtanultam, hogy kell tűrni, szenvedni, azt is tudom, hogy kell szívből szeretni. Megtanultam, hogy kell tűrni, szenvedni, azt is tudom, hogy kell szívből szeretni. 12-szer virágzik, apró rózsa terem rajta jó szagot. Kis angyalom, miért vagy ilyen szomorú? Apró rózsa terem rajta jó szagot. Kis angyalom, miért vagy ilyen szomorú?
Wow. Damn. Tokos.
Isn't it?
They're on fire, man.
Yeah,
This is their time. Like honestly, like they're kind of. I mean, they're not coming out of nowhere because they've been around for a long time, but they're coming up with really nice, creative, but tasteful, very tasteful and different things.
Yeah. They're one of. I mean, they're very active in Transylvania. They're very active musicians.
Are they? But they're also like professionals. Like I know, of course, aside from Zombi being like in software, or whatever. Are these guys? Are they full-time musicians, or are they doing other things? Do you
Honestly, I really don't know
Okay.
all of them personally, but I think one of the guys he's a professional classical musician.
Aha.
Yeah, the other bracha player.
Oh yes. Okay.
Yeah, but
Interesting.
no, I can't say
Yeah.
more about them because I don't know. I don't really know them like that close.
I thought everybody from Transylvania knows each other, Levi. What you're letting me down? You're letting me down here.
I wish, but next time I promise I'm gonna meet them. I'm gonna
Yeah.
ask them
Great.
each and every one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in terms of the pandemic, let me ask you a very, very important, honest question. Have you been practicing?
I would lie if I would say no. Because
Okay.
yes, I'm sometimes I just get into my room
Mm-hmm.
and just is pissing me off. So
Yes.
no, sometimes I go in the room and I practice.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I play with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
initiate the kids, and they've been very active with the violin lessons.
Good.
Um,
Online.
Online.
Online. Yeah.
Everything's online.
Yeah.
Yes, they have actually 3 teachers.
Mm-hmm.
They doing the Suzuki, obviously. The
Yes.
Suzuki, and then they're doing with they're learning from Sabo Adrian
Mm-hmm.
from Hungary.
Yeah. Amazing.
And they practicing with Jessica Gal.
Wow.
All the techniques and everything what they learned from Adrian and Dragan and
Right.
Jessica Gal, she's clarifying the things with them.
That's great, Levi. There are three teachers. I'm so worried that we're going to be bombarded with invitations to play all over the place in a good way. I'm worried in a good way, but I think there's going to be lot of activity. So we need as many second generation as we can handle right now, as much help as we can get. in terms of playing all over the place, because there's only a few of us that play this music in North America, of course. Yeah, I mean, you know, my eldest daughter Chenga, she's in the Toronto Symphony Youth Orchestra, and you could imagine how that goes. Youth orchestra playing online. Well, it's not really going at all, unfortunately.
Wow.
They do every Saturday. They have Zoom sessions. They have some master classes. They have some lectures. You know, they try their best, but it's really, really hard. And Shoma, my son, he's doing drum lessons, but online as well, and playing violin in school, and b-boards dancing, but that's online too. So, you know, I hope in September we'll be all back to normal, right?
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Actually, like the Suzuki teacher of the kids, Dragan,
Yeah.
said he was pleasantly surprised how this online teaching turned out
Mm-hmm.
and how it's going. So
Good.
I was really surprised to hear that.
Yeah. Well, that's good. It might be a future thing. I mean, certainly we save a lot of gas and travel and money from, you know, going all over the place. Speaking of kids, you sent me a very interesting clip that I want to play next. Clip. It's I wouldn't say clip. It's a selection of videos, and we kind of picked one. But tell me about these guys that we're going to hear from next.
Yeah, the Primash's name is Peter, Katona Peter.
Okay.
And I get they're from Maros, Russia at the same time. I don't know these people. I mean, I don't know these kids. I know the bass player. She's Orban Lotzi's daughter.
Okay.
She's amazing.
Right.
And I started to check out videos that they're putting up. They're playing with Százcsavas band, and they're going to Százcsavas members, the band members. They're going to their house and they're just practicing, playing together. But it's amazing. I mean, that kid, the Primash and the Brachas too, the kontra player.
Yeah.
They're amazing. How like even the Primash, he plays like Shani. That was the most. I mean, I was just amazed about how his style, everything, the hand movement, the body movement, his everything is Shani's. You know, it's like, I even write a message to him. I'm like, man, you play like Shani. And his father was mentioning, his father or the Bracha player's father, he was mentioning also, like, he really took that really seriously, that he wants to play like Shani. And he does.
So the let's put some context here. So when Levi talks about Shani, he's talking about Chani Shandor, Chani Shani, who is the great Primash and every instrument. And actually on this clip he plays the bass with these guys, but he's a part of the Százcsavas band. So he must be teaching them and helping these kids out. And I agree with you. The style, the you know, it's just unbelievable, their presentation. The YouTube channel is the kontra, the Bracha players channel. Matyás, Matyas, Brassai, Brassai. That's the name of the Bracha player, and that's his channel. And actually, I'm on YouTube right now. I am going to press subscribe. I have now subscribed to Matyás Brassai's channel, and I invite you to do the same. I think you will want to do that after you listen to this clip of these guys playing Százcsavas muzsika. This is Péter Katona on the violin, Matyás Brassai on the kontra, and Csányi Sanyika on the bass from Százcsavas. So these guys are sitting playing. They're probably playing in Shani's house, right, Levi? I don't know if
I think so. Yes.
Yeah, and they're young. They're like mid-teenagers, like kind of like maybe my nephew's age. You know,
exactly. Maybe like 17, 18 years old.
Yeah, maybe a little older. Yeah, like Chenga's age. Yeah, it's amazing. And someone's smoking a lot right in front of the camera, which There's like,
something usual in Chavash, you know.
but and even the amount of rosin on the violin outdoes mine by multiples. This is really heavy Sas Chavash stuff. Let's listen to some more. This is great. Hey, Levi, speaking of Sas Chavash, you know what we're coming up on in April? 20 years since, do you know what?
Your wedding.
My wedding, yes.
Yeah,
and the Sas Chavash band was there.
Wedding, so.
Yeah, and Levi was there too. And there's some clips on YouTube of my wedding. My mother put up, and you're dancing on them. You and Tonchi and Danish and Bondi and the whole gang. It's really nice. And yeah, it's fantastic.
Where is that?
It's somewhere on YouTube. You have to find it.
Okay.
Maybe we'll do the whole episode.
Will I be dancing Sas Chavash?
I hope so. Not Kolochoy.
Yeah.
This is great. These guys sound great. Anyway, so check these guys out. You know, I'm going to mute this down because it's a kind of a longer clip, but the styling is amazing, and it's so nice to see you know, these young guys. And I suspect this was done recently. No one's wearing a mask, but I suspect this was done rather recently. So anyway, Matyás Brassai, that's the name of the website or the YouTube station. Just check it out, YouTube channel. Wow, I think we reached the last clip, Levi. Yeah, I wanted to thank you for joining me, for being the first kind of co-host and guide to some great new music, the best of the pandemic.
Thank you for having me, and I hope I'm going to see everyone soon.
Yeah.
Because music, it's really missing. I'm missing the music, man.
Yeah. Well, tell me the one or two things maybe that are good that have come out of this for you personally, maybe for your family, you know, that kind of thing.
I saved lots of money out of the restaurants.
Yes.
No, actually, you know what? I mean, you know, work-wise, it's really good. We're working non-stop. That's good. Something good. Mm-hmm. I mean, yes, spending more time with the family together, doing, you know, really family stuff at home, playing with the kids, this and that. So, you know, it's winter, but once the summer starts, then we can hopefully move out a little bit more. And
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I hope so too. Well, you know, your kids are, you know, being homeschool and doing a lot of some of that stuff that we're doing now online, and I know the kids are going back to school slowly. Everyone is, but they at the same time they get more of mommy and daddy and around all the time, and that's nice. You know, yeah. I also liked the break. Not like I was burning out or anything, but it's just nice to have kind of just a free schedule. Enough's enough though, and I think it's enough. It's time to get back to making music and doing a little traveling, and having a little more freedom and you know. But we're one of the lucky ones, Levi, because you know we're not full-time musicians, and we're able to still support our family. You know.
Exactly. That's what it's. I was thinking about the musicians back home and even here. I mean, you know, all the musicians, not specifically folk musicians, any kind of musician who's living out of music.
Yeah.
It's really it's not you know it's very hard. It's very hard.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Well, speaking of full-time Hungarian folk musicians, I wanted to end with something I brought, and this concert was actually a live concert at the Fono. Speaking of the Fono, and this too is on Fono's. Actually, I'm not sure it's on Fono's site, but it's Zsolt Nagy, the kontra player from Duvő, and this is the great CD that came out, I think 15 years ago now, 10-15 years ago, called 12 Banda, 12 bands.
Yeah, one of my favorite CDs.
Yeah, isn't that a great CD? So they did a live version of this. They every several years they bring together various primas, various violinists, and Zsoli and Berci, Moacsi Albert and Nagy Zsoli. They accompany together with Balogh Kalman on cimbalom all these various violinists. And they did a great concert. Check it out. It's called 12 Banda a Fonóban. That's the name of the YouTube video. And I picked the last thing, which is Koncz Gergő, of course, the great violinist that we know quite well, Levi, playing Palatkai, Magyar Palatka Mezőség music, and no one plays it better than him. And I think this is a great thing to take us out on, not just for any other reason than Arendás Péter is playing kontra as well. He's the second kontra player, so it's all it's all there. So thanks again, Levi, for being with me here, and let's enjoy this last clip and take care of the family, and hope to see you in the next several months.
Thank you again for having me, and stay safe out there.
All right, thanks, Levi. Enjoy.
Thanks.
12 Banda, Koncz Gergő. Levi, did you hear the little story that Koncz Gergő says before he plays this?
No.
No, he played. He said a quick story that he played this piece. He played some Palatkai with these guys at a camp, and when he played it, after he was done, he threw his violin down on the table, and they said to him, "What's wrong, Gergő? Are you upset? Is everything okay?" He's like, "No, I'm just done playing for today because I doubt I will play anything better than that today with these guys." So he liked it so much, and that's why he's very happy to play with with this gang again. So Palatkai, and of course I know you played with him this music for a whole week during Csípke, and learned a lot from him. And he's
a lot. He's amazing. Palatkai, and everything. I mean, Koncz Gergő is just amazing. Amazing musician.
Yeah. like to thank everybody for tuning in today, and make sure you check out Tanchaz.com for any episodes you might have missed, and particularly the interviews. You can check out on any podcast platform, Spotify, Google, Apple, and the like, Tanchaz Talk interviews. Just search Tanchaz Talk and you'll find it, and subscribe. And of course, please subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, Tanchaz Talk. And on behalf of myself and Levente Garda, thank you so much for tuning in today, and I will see you next time. Surprise ending.